What's up, everyone? Alex Schlinsky here for Prospecting on Demand. I am here live with POD, Prospecting on Demand Hall of Famer, Mr. Edward Morales. Stand up, take a bow, sir. Take a bow. Hello. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Very nice to see you.
That was weird. Thanks, Alex.
always gotta do a comfort challenge at the beginning, make someone just incredibly uncomfortable at the start of our
Yes.
life.
Now I'm like, oh, holy hell.
Works perfectly every time. Edward, thanks a lot for being here today with us on the show. We're excited to have you here, excited to chat with you about your business and about your growth, guys. Now, what we are going to be talking about here for everyone watching, we're going to be talking with POD Hall of Famer Edward Morales to discuss how he gained confidence to close 4 clients in 1 month, paying an average of $1,500 a month, and the evolution of his business since then, how he's figured out process to have proper retention and allowing himself to try out new entrepreneurial ventures, growing his business, and ultimately providing for his family, which you guys know that's what it's all about.
Ultimate goal.
That's what it's all about, guys. Thanks a lot for being here, Edward. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are and where you're from and what you got going on?
Sounds good. My name is Edward Morales. I run EM Digital Marketing. I am based out of El Centro, California, which is Southern California. When people say Southern California, they think Los Angeles, maybe San Diego. No, we're talking about like really south. We're talking about like 10 minutes away from the Mexican border. So we're pretty it's hot right now. It's about 112 or something like that. I don't even know. It gets really hot down here. But yeah, that's what I do is I deal with local businesses in my community, actually, and it's always been a passion of mine. I've always wanted to help local small businesses transition into the whole digital marketing aspect of their business. So I see a lot of money. People throw a lot of money here with traditional advertising platforms and outlets and stuff like that. And it just kills me when I see someone I see ads. I'm constantly looking at newspapers and mailer ads and all that stuff everywhere I go, and local magazines, and I'm just like, oh my God, who's reading this right now? You know, like this is an ad for a race car, an RC track. I took my grandpa to his doctor's appointment, you know, old fogies. I mean, I just don't see the strategy behind stuff like that. So
there's some definitely very odd strategies that you see in the marketing world today that don't align with what the current opportunities are. And that's always a really good chance to get your low-hanging fruit. And everyone that I speak to is always looking for low-hanging fruit. Look for the people that are doing not intelligent marketing strategies. Those are the people that you can really, help. So, Edward, I'd love to hear from you kind of prior to joining Prospecting on Demand. Where were you in your business? Kind of give me an idea of what you were doing, you know, how many clients you had, what was the process that you were going through a couple months back before you joined us in POD?
Yeah, that's pretty much, I'm sorry, I have someone walking in right now.
No worries.
Just a second. I'm so sorry, Alex. I'm not right now. I'm sorry. Yeah. In about an hour. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
All good, my friend.
Yeah. So pretty much where I started before joining Prospecting on Demand, I was just typical guy who was just grabbing at anything, looking for any client, anyone that would even pay attention to me, what I had to say, what I had to offer. And so what that led me down that road, you know, it was just, you know, a lot of people taking advantage of me and my services. And, you know, it was pretty much I was letting people become my boss when it was just, and something wasn't working, and they're like, right away, hey man, you promised me this, you know, you said this and that. So I was literally saying the wrong things to get a client. And then it just wasn't, we all know that, you know, how that ends up. You know, some of us, I've been there, you've been there, I'm pretty sure, you know, you start working with crappy clients who will just take advantage of you, and you're miserable the whole time. You're stressed out. You start doubting yourself, right? The self-doubt is just a killer. You start, you know, your head starts messing with you. And so I knew I had to do something. My thing, I know I possessed the skill to generate leads and results for clients, But my big problem was I did lack the confidence and I did not know how to close. I was undervaluing myself and my services. And therefore I was just drowning, man. I was just drowning in 2016.
Such a common problem in the agency world, consultancy world, people that are figuring out some methods that can really help businesses, and then not understanding the value that they provide, not understanding the pricing, not understanding how to properly create parameters, not understanding how to create systems that, don't allow marketers, or the clients for your marketing agency to, go against you and make it difficult for you. Because I remember when you and I spoke initially, one of the big things that you were having a problem with was all these low paying clients that were causing you these hassles in your life. Where there's no work hours, right? As an entrepreneur, they feel they can get in touch with you at 7 a.m.
Oh my God,
or 11 p.m. at night, right? They don't care.
Weekend, Sunday, yeah. Oh yeah.
They think they own you, right? And that's kind of a process that, I speak to a lot of entrepreneurs about. And if you're watching right now and you're in that process too, I think Edward and I could give you a single piece of advice would be just let them go. If you let those guys go, your business will grow better, because all you need to do is get the right clients in, understand the right qualifications, understand what it takes to bring in the right people and have the right types of benchmarks. And that's what we're going to talk about here on our chat today with Edward, because his transition from what we just told you about, that kind of consultant model, randomly grabbing things, handling crappy clients, not making so much money, not sure how to get to the next spot. Lots have changed over the last 3 to 6 months for Edward. And we're excited to share this with you here. So let's talk about now, when you did join POD, when you took the leap of faith to join us, you implemented our methods, you went through the sales script. What do you think the big change was for you, moving past, pre-POD life and then post-POD life?
Okay, well, just a quick story. I was avoiding Alex for 4 days. The guy kept calling me. I think even Shira was calling me, leaving me voicemails. I'm like, and then when I finally decided to answer your call, was to say, hey man, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. I didn't trust. I mean, first of all, as a marketer, you're getting served ads constantly by all these people who wants to sell you a course, right? A system or something.
100%.
So I thought you guys were the same thing, but then actually get on the phone with you and then telling you my story, how you resonate. I've resonated with your story, and the same thing, and so I just had to finally bite the bullet and say, you know what, man, what you're doing right now, it's not working. It's just not working. It is. First of all, you were offering something different from all the other programs that I was kind of looking into. So, and it was exactly, was the closing, how to close clients and prospect and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, this is the one that's resonated with me the most. So I just went ahead and bit the bullet and signed up for prospecting 100%. On demand, man.
I love it.
Yeah, and so went through the course, and I mean, I wouldn't say it was probably after the first week, man. Cause of course, whenever I buy something, a book, I kind of skim through it, right? Look through everything, and that was when I landed on the Sales Hall of Famer script. I was like, this is it. Eureka, I found it. There it is.
Pandora's box.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. So I was just reading through it and I was like, oh my God, understanding my clients' pain points. Okay, listen to that. They say this, say that, it was just honestly like a freaking blueprint of how to close a client. I get chills every time, man, I swear.
That's amazing.
I do. It's just so, because I go back to it, it's probably one of the most significant moments of my life, in this part of my business where it's crazy. So it's a transition for the best, and so we're there, and of course, so I implemented those steps, on my calls, and because I started doing some cold calls and implementing those steps, Alex, those from the sales scripts, and it worked, bro.
Even on cold calls.
No
one's recommending that, but it worked.
No, I'm not, but it worked, and it worked. And it was because the people that I would speak to on the phone, the prospects, right? They would be like, hey, you know what? There's something different about how you understood, it's almost like you were in my head, And I was like, oh no, sir, just kind of be like, I was just trying to, I'm just understand where you're coming from and identify with, the pain points, resonate with them and understand. Oh my God, it was just a life changer. So
Isn't it fascinating also, how you're saying that? Because when you were my lead, right? Let's pull the curtain back for everyone. And you're saying like, you're ignoring me, which I'm sure you've seen that process, right? You're trying to get in touch with the lead over and over, and they're just not getting in touch with you. They're ignoring you because all they think about is what? The reality is they're just thinking, this guy just wants to get in my wallet. That's all they want to do.
Oh, yeah.
But when you actually come from a place of value, the transactional value, it's not about the money, it's about the value you're providing. That allows you to open up so many doors. And that's what I'm always doing on my consults. Even if someone's not going to join Prospecting on Demand, and I know that within the first 5-10 minutes, I can give them a couple minutes of value and try to point them in the right direction, because that's what I care about. That's what I can do. That's what I have the skill to do. Just like if you, Edward, are on a call with someone about Facebook ads, they can't afford your services. You say, well, you can't afford me now, but here's what you should do, X, Y, and Z now, then come back to me in a month, or I'll follow up with you in a month. Now, instead of it being, hey, can you pay me $1,500 and I'll do ads for you? It's all about the value up front. And that changes everything. And I think that was a big paradigm shift for your thought process in sales, and what allowed you to go through the next 30 days or so to close those 4 clients.
Yeah, definitely. And also the fact that like, I'm sorry, just get a, I'm sorry, like I got to kind of get my thoughts here and gather myself. After closing my first 1,500 a month client, man, it was just it's almost like the gates were open, the floodgates were open, and I was on a roll, man. Closed 3 more right after that, within 2 weeks after that.
Incredible.
So we were set, and then here's the defining moment too, where I was able to let go of all these other clients, and I was able to trim the fat of the bad clients. I would still get the call afterwards and be like, hey, okay, we'll start, let's go back and renegotiate and all this stuff.
Yes.
I said no.
In your hands.
Yes, I said no, dude. I said no to money because I don't want to work with you.
Exactly.
I was just like,
what an empowering feeling that is, to be able to say no to someone that's willing to open their wallet. That's very empowering.
Yes, it is. And till this day, Alex, I kid you not, man, I still get a call, I still get that Facebook message from 2 business owners. And they're like, hey, man, when you have time, put me on your waiting list. I have this other person that I hired full-time to work for me to do a Facebook ad and social media management and all that stuff. And they just don't get it.
I love it.
So I don't know. I might go back to them, but I'll see what or I might just, since we're growing now, I might just give it to someone else when one of my partners here, So
let's talk about this growth, because I want to hear kind of now the transition. So we started off explaining Edward was in the position of having some crappy clients. He wanted to trim the fat, was kind of being controlled by them, didn't really have a good system to generate new leads and sales. Joined Prospecting on Demand, got the confidence he needed, trimmed the fat, got 4 new clients at $1,500 a month on average, and started to build revenue now for the opportunity to provide for his family, to pay his bills, and create more opportunities for other ventures. Now we're about 3 to 4 months later. Now you've created retention systems and you have a feeling like you have a real business model now, right?
Yeah,
so
I do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, definitely. Well, here's the thing. There's when you get you have to set, when you come in with a new client, you send your scope of work, the terms and all that stuff. You have to set your expectations, for yourself, for the client, and for yourself. You guys have to agree on terms and all that stuff. And I learned to protect myself, the best interest for myself, my business, So I'm not trying to promise results or guarantee results and all that stuff, So there's always a process where you have to create every, contract that I have with my clients. It has to be for my best interest as well, in order for me to grow and scale. So I have everything set up from expectations to the fulfillment part of every client, of every account, where it's set and it's, I position myself to where I can be able to now move on and do other things that I wanted to do. So I gave myself a goal last month, a personal goal. I was like, you know what? When I get to a certain amount of money a month, and I wanted to keep it under 10 clients so I can move on to another thing that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while, right? Which is another JV, this other person has been a friend of mine, actually, who's been kind of asking me about, hey man, let's get together and do this. I have this new app that we want to introduce for the local business owners and restaurants and this and that. So I was like, okay, I'll get there. I want to do that with you. It sounds cool. Let me just figure out my side. And so I got the money that I wanted to, a monthly retainers. That's taken care of. I've already, I think, probably spent about an hour to 2 hours a day, servicing some of these accounts and stuff like that. It's just mostly just Facebook ads.
And do you feel like at this point now that you're getting paid a fair wage for your hourly time?
Yes, absolutely. That's
the key right there.
And the results that I provide for my clients just speak for themselves. That is just totally validated, So that's taken care of. It's I don't know, in a way, Alex is pretty much like on autopilot.
It's the best.
It's the best. And here's another thing. I spoke to you about this. I even sent you a message saying that before, where I would be so worried about and stressed out about losing a client and like, oh my God, how am I going to replace that income? Now I don't even stress about that because I know that I have the skills to go out and prospect if I want to. If I want to go.
And on top of that, and you
have a waiting list.
Strategies. And a wait list. You have a wait list, you have prospecting strategies, and a retention strategy.
Exactly.
What's your average retention right now? Is it over 3 months? Are you averaging over 3 months per client? 6 months. You're averaging.
I have clients on the 6-month retainer. Yeah.
Fantastic. You're averaging a half a year per person, meaning your churn is so low. You have so much opportunity for growth. Everyone that's listening right now, please understand what we're saying right now. It's not only about abundance. Abundance is not everything. Just because you have 20 clients does not make you more successful than Ed or I. You may have 20 clients paying you $500 and Ed may have 5 clients paying him $20,000. Which one's more profitable?
Yeah.
Which one's better? The idea is that you want to have the right clients. You want to have the right systems in case those clients leave, and you want to make sure that you have the right clients to retain. Because Ed knows that he's being able to validate these services because he's doing a good job for them.
Exactly.
And if he's doing a good job for them, they're going to stay with him. And if they stay with him, there's more opportunities for referrals. If there's more referrals, there's more business. More business means more revenue, more opportunities. It's like a cheese ball rolling down the hill. It's just going to keep going faster. That's what the key is right there. That's what the key is. So what is this? Tell us a little bit about it as you're going into this new venture.
Well, just want to kind of like just touch on the point you mentioned. That's now before. So they have 6 months, right? They're signed up. They're locked in for 6 months. We're killing it for them with leads and stuff like that. And then plus, if there's something else new that comes up, because I'm always looking for the newest thing, the newest strategy to implement here and there, I can upsell them and they're more than happy to open up.
And you just told me about this one, the Facebook thing from yesterday, right? The relationship targeting, like in-house.
Oh yes, that's new. That should be coming up this fall.
Exactly.
This fall, it's mostly for products and stuff like that. It's just different little strategies that you kind of look into, and I don't know how that's going to work here at a local level, but because all of my clients are local. Anyways, I'm sorry. So I got that part taken care of, right? My clients, my monthly retainers, and so now it's opened up so much time for I can look into JVs, joint ventures with other people. So I have a friend of mine who has been developing this local. It's like a shop local rewards, loyalty reward app. And it's very basic, very simple thing. It's pretty much like a digital punch card, But it's the marketing behind it. It's geared more towards a local community, actually per city and stuff like that. And so we're launching that and local businesses. I don't know if it's just my area. I think it is, but there's such a lack for like technology down here where people are almost afraid to like touch anything that has to do with computers or so the fact that I can literally go and like right here where we're at, we've had events here where we invited business owners to come and we've introduced them to something. We talk to them. We do a lot of networking events as well. We go and talk to business owners and introduce ourselves and tell them what we do, and they're like, oh man, I can do that for my business. Well, yeah. The number thing I get is like, I don't have to do all this coding, right? Like you guys just, and we're like, yeah, sure. So we can close them right there on the spot, and it's just with my closing skills. And then with this other product that my friend has, it's just a match made in heaven. So we're doing that now. And then, so we're kind of focusing on that at the moment as well. And another thing to it, I'm so happy and I am super proud of my wife. She's kind of like caught the fever here. She's caught, the bug for the becoming an entrepreneur. She's best. Dude, it's amazing because we're selling furniture like out of a catalog, and but we landed with this amazing opportunity with we met with a distributor, and we're just getting great prices for furniture.
Fantastic.
So my wife's like, I can do that, and there's not that much competition locally here on Facebook, you know, where we can literally take orders, and we're setting up this whole online thing for her, and so she's, dude, I'm telling you, Alex, it's been the best year of my life.
And you're just capable of creating all of these opportunities now because of the systems you implemented.
Yeah.
Anyone that is listening to what Edward is saying right now, and you can see how true he is acting right now, how happy he is with where he's at in his life. If you are in a place right now of deep struggling, whether you are just starting out or you have a business model you're unhappy with, all it takes is a snap of the fingers for you to make a decision. To make a decision to say, I need to fix whatever errors I have in my business, and I need to know that I can do this. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be a journey. No one's suggesting to you that it's going to take 1 second or 1 week or even 1 month. It's a process, and it's always going to be a process.
Yes.
But it's a process that we all want to be a part of, right? Like your wife just caught the entrepreneurial fever. We all want to be that. We all want to have time freedom and financial freedom so that we can do what we love, whether it's fulfilling ourselves through helping local business owners, fulfilling myself through helping other contractors, marketers, and consultants, or if it's fulfilling yourself just to hang out with your daughter at 12 o'clock on a Thursday because you're not sitting behind in a cubicle behind a computer.
Yeah. And you know what
entrepreneurship does for you? Go ahead.
Yeah, Alex, I just wanted to say too that if for those that are watching, if you're on the fence of joining Prospecting on Demand, or if you have already joined Prospecting on Demand, I just want to tell you like my personal experience with it as far as like, have I finished the entire program? No, I have not. But I did take what I felt was necessary for me to implement that into my business model, my life, and just there was just that missing piece, you know. And to me, it was worth it. You don't have to go if you buy a program, you don't have to follow every single step, like word by word, and you do this on this day and this and that. It's
100%.
I mean, I'm sorry, it doesn't work out like that. I thought it was gonna. I thought I had to do all that stuff, but no. I quickly realized that, you know, I don't have to be doing that type of prospecting. This type of prospecting works best for what I'm trying to achieve, what I'm trying to accomplish, and like with me, Alex, it's like I said, since like you're always saying, niche down, you know, focus on one thing, you know. Well, I've decided just to work with local businesses. I don't know how many of you guys that are watching are doing that, but if you just, it is so the potential. I mean, it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money to spend. That you have to spend on ads for yourself, just advertising yourself and your services, you know, within your local region, your local market. I mean, there's just so many other different opportunities. Like Alex says, go for the hanging fruit, those quick wins. I mean, oh my God, that's gold right there, by the way, man. Congrats on that. That is probably going to be way more effective than you know, you're running ads for yourself and targeting business owners and this and that. I mean, forget about that, man. Just go for the low hanging fruit, like Alex says.
I love it.
Implement the part of the program that resonates not resonates the best, but that you feel that it's going to make a quick and the biggest impact in your business.
I love it. And I can't even say it better than what you said. I think, you know, the most important aspect of being part of a mastermind, a course, material is that whenever you're learning anything, any type of knowledge, paid, free or not, does not matter whether you're reading a book, you purchase a course, you're listening to a podcast, you're watching a paid video on YouTube. I don't care what it is. No one is ever going to tell you to literally plagiarize, literally copy and paste the exact strategy. That's not how you're going to be successful. What you're going to do is be intelligent like Edward. When he came in, he knew what his missing piece was. He went directly for the sales script first. He then implemented all whatever was left for him that he needed to. But once he figured out his process, he's done. He's got what he needed, and he's going to move on and continue growing that way. That's what you need to do too. Information overload is a real thing. We over-deliver on POD so that there's many ways for you to be successful. If that one doesn't work for you, that one will. If that one doesn't work for you, that one will. You may find it on the first attempt. You may find it on the 5th attempt, but you will find something that works for you. But it's very important that you implement it for your business, and that's what Edward's done masterfully. He's done it masterfully, better than almost everyone in POD, to be honest. That's why he's part of the POD Hall of Fame, because what he did was understood his weakness. If you're watching this and you understand your weakness, go find a way to either delegate that weakness or fix the weakness. I'm big on the delegating of the weakness, but if it's a critical aspect to your business, like selling, for example, you probably need to shore that up. But if you're weak at running ads on Facebook, why are you going to spend, all the time to try to become a Facebook ads expert if you can just bring someone on your team to do that? You can grow together, right? That's definitely what it's all about. Edward is now understanding the process of building relationships, JVing with the right people, networking with the right people, opening up his business opportunities.
Yes.
His growth can match anyone else's out there because he knows what he needs to do to take the proper steps to grow. And if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, I'm not really sure what the next processes are, I'm not really sure what my weaknesses are, take the time to write them down. I think that's a really big thing. What do you think you're really good at? What do you think you're really not good at? What do you feel like is the biggest friction point in your business? You may find that prospecting on demand fulfills those missing points. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's something else. Regardless, we're not here just to sell you on POD. We're here to show you what the possibilities are when you fill up the holes, the gaps in your life and in your business. The opportunities are endless. Edward, thanks so much for being on here today with us. We really appreciate it. I want to give you the closing statement here.
Thank you.
Do you have any lasting piece of advice that you'd give anyone that's just starting out in the entrepreneur business or just starting out in digital marketing or struggling with growing their agency? Do you have any piece of advice for them?
Pretty much. I this might sound cliche as hell. If those people that know me here from the group and stuff like that, I don't try to be like every other digital marketer out there as far as like, I'm not going to come in here and impress you with my big fancy digital marketing language, my lingo and all that stuff.
Techno babble.
My techno babble. Yeah. It's like, what the hell is, I hate that. To me at first, it was confusing for me. Right. So then I remember I was talking to John Davey months ago. He and I told him, I was like, dude, I was so what was the word? I was kind of like not embarrassed. I was a little more. I didn't feel like I was up to you guys' level, your level
up to par.
Up to par with you guys. I didn't speak like you guys, and I didn't use the same language. I'm like F this, F that, but that's and John goes, dude, that's like your biggest strong point right there. It's like the fact that the normal people, business owners can resonate with you, you can communicate with them and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I didn't think of that, that's true. Like I'm not trying to close a deal or land a client, based on what I know, the terms and the definitions of this and that. I just go in there, hey man, look, this is what we can do. This is how we do it. You need this. I've seen that you've been doing this. It's not working for you. I can tell. I did all the stuff. And they're just like, damn. It hits home. Okay, let's do it.
Yep.
So guys, just be yourself. Don't try to copy anyone else's. You know what you're good at, and you know what you can provide. You know your value. You know what you need to work on. Focus on that.
100%. I love it, Edward. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being part of the POD family. We all love you here. Thanks a lot. Anyone watching here today that wants to meet up with Edward, how can they find you, my man?
Facebook in the group.
Awesome. There you go.
Right there, I'm on Powerhouse and also on Prospecting on Demand. So I'm there.
Perfect, guys. Well, Edward, thanks so much for the time today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week and a fantastic end to the month and a fantastic July. For anyone watching, go out there, make your dreams a reality, guys. No excuses. Make it happen. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care, guys.